Doug here from the Bathroom Podcast, obviously. Um, so we skipped this week, which I know is super shitty, but I'm gonna relay some details to you of why we skipped it and how we're gonna go about this in the future, right? So my good friend and co-host of the Bathroom Podcast, um, came to work. He didn't come to work, but he texted into work saying that he had 102 fever on Wednesday. Obviously, with a pandemic going on, he had to go get tested, right? And then it takes 3 days for your test to come back. So that leads to Saturday. Um, right now, he's trying to find out if he was positive or not, right? And we're going to go from there. But usually, we had a plan. If that happens, then I would just, or he would just be with a guest on the podcast. And we had a guest lined up for last week, for Friday, to come over and do it. And he bailed last second, right? So with all the factors lining up, there was like a perfect, clear path of things to fall in line for us to not be able to get the podcast done, and that's what happened. So, we're planning for the future to do that, be one podcast ahead. That way, if something happens to either of us for a week, we're able to take that week off and then redo the previous weeks. We'll play the next week's, right? And then we'll redo it so we're always one podcast ahead, if that makes any sense. But those were the factors that happened this weekend that stopped us from doing the podcast. If he doesn't have it, he'll be on with our guest next weekend. And if he does have it, then it'll just be me with the guest. And maybe we'll get him in, because I got some Bluetooth set up that we can get him in for a little bit on the podcast, if he's feeling all right. He says he doesn't think he has it, but we're just going to wait and see. Because if I have it, because he has it, and I just don't show symptoms, then it is what it is. We're going to figure it out. We appreciate you guys coming for the past couple weeks back to the podcast and listening. If you heard last week's, our audio quality went way up, and we're working on making it better and better every single week. The more we learn about it, obviously we're new, we're learning how to podcast ourselves. So thank you guys for coming back. I really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week, one way or another. Thank you.